It's snack time. I'm your host, Marno. Joining us today is my friend Julie, who is sharing her favorite snack, Oreos. Hi, Julie, or Maxwell, should I call you? That's your official Zoom name right now.
So Max used my computer because he had to make this lecture on voice technique for his old church lady friends because he has a church job where he sings at the church. And
Just
so he
girly things.
just girly things, how to sing and stuff. And so he logged out of my Zoom on my computer. And so now my Zoom says Maxwell. So the second I have to use this for professional purposes, I'm going to have to figure that out, but whatever.
Oh my gosh. Well, hi, Julie. How are you doing today? It is 9 a.m. on a Saturday. Thank you for
I
being here.
I am good. I get up at 6 every day now,
Yeah.
so ready to go, man.
Perfect. I'm drinking my breakfast, currently having a smoothie. I do have 2 Oreos here in a little bowl because I was like, well, I have to have one, and I just can't have one, so I got 2. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I do know what you mean, and I have a whole roll, so I'll have enough for both of us. And this can just be my breakfast and lunch, and that'll be
Perfect.
perfect.
Breakfast of champions. So, to start off, we have to know, it's the most important question here at Snack Time. Julie, are you a salty or a sweet snacker?
Oh, girl, you already know.
Yeah.
Sweets all the way. I don't have to have another chip in my life, but put ice cream, cookies, any kind of sweet thing in front of me, and I'm gonna have it. It's not like someone offers me chocolate. It's not like it's like, yeah, I have to, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I personally I don't understand, but I stan. You know that meme?
I do. So thank you. I appreciate your support in
Yeah,
this.
I mean, we support all types of snackers here at Snack Time. I'm just a salty gal. I do like the sweet occasionally, but it's just literally, if I didn't have another chip in the rest of my life, I would be so sad. So we're like the opposite.
I like chips. It's just they get stuck in my teeth. And so ever since I can remember,
Weights get stuck in your teeth too. What are you talking about?
yeah, but then it's oh, I don't know, when sweets get stuck in my teeth, it's like a little treat. It's like, oh, it's still going. My Oreo is still going. But when salty stuff gets stuck in my teeth, it's like, ugh, I've just got salt all over my teeth.
Yeah, I mean, it does get a little grodier with salt. I feel like because especially we have mints and gum and more long lasting flavored things that are sweet, and so it's not abnormal to have a sweet taste in your mouth. But if you still have a salty taste in your mouth, it's kind of like, I need to drink some water, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's that's exactly what it is. Every time I eat something savory, which is every time I have dinner, I have something savory for dinner. I always feel like I have to have something sweet after because I don't like that lasting savory saltiness in my mouth.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm just
I
I'm
feel that though. I feel that on not always after dinner, but so when was this? This will be 2 weeks ago's episode. So, listeners, you've probably heard this, but I recently had Aaron on and we were talking about road trip snacks and how, you have to have, a salty and a sweet. Because during the road trip, you're going to want to switch back and forth because you have that flavor in your mouth. You want a different flavor. So,
totally.
yeah.
I get that. Even though I don't like salty snacks, if I've had nothing but if I've had oatmeal for lunch and then I've had a piece of fruit, then I do crave something more salty, which is
Hmm.
that's what I eat a lot, kind of
Yeah,
meal
as your
thing.
meals. So I
Yeah,
guess, yeah, your in-betweens are most likely going to be sweet because you're having dessert.
yeah, yeah.
That makes sense, that makes sense. Yeah. So, speaking of dessert, how do Oreos tie into this? Are Oreos usually a dessert or are they a snack? Tell me everything about Oreos and you. When did you first have them? Is this a lifelong love, or is this like a more newly recent, like maybe rekindled flame from a childhood lover?
So I feel like Oreos are something that like I refuse to buy because I know I have no self-control when it comes to
The
Oreos. So,
passion is just like too
oh,
fiery.
like I don't think there's anything that tastes better than an Oreo. Like I can say that. Maybe like Nutella, but that's like the only thing I can think of that tastes better than an Oreo. So like the love is strong. It's a long love. I've had this love since I literally as long as I can remember. Um and I don't know, there's just something about the combo of like the cookie part and then the like creamy middle. And it's not like any other sandwich cookie that I can think of. It really isn't. Like, I really love those maple cookies. You know the ones I'm talking about, where it's
Ooh,
like
yeah.
maple on the inside? Still not the same.
Oh,
It's
no, I
still not
agree.
quite the same level. Like, there's something so it's probably because it's full of, like, the most unhealthy things in the entire world that makes it taste like that, but, like,
But it's vegan, or what, is it vegetarian?
I don't
It's one of those where people are always, like, saying that, but is
is
it
it
really?
vegan?
That's what people say, but I don't know if it really is or not. I guess I could look it up.
I thought it wasn't ve no, maybe donuts aren't vegan. There's one thing that's, like,
I think
startlingly not
donuts, you
vegan.
usually put eggs in them, don't you? In
Yeah.
donuts? Okay, wait,
Yeah, oh, yeah, because it's baking.
oh my god, when I started typing Oreos, it autofilled Oreos vegan. It knew.
Flip
Oreo
the
cookies
bird.
do not contain any animal-derived ingredients and are safe to eat for vegans. If you have a dairy allergy, keep in mind that Oreos have milk as cross-contact. That's weird. What's cross-contact?
Like, the same factory.
Oh,
Like, when it
yeah,
says your thing is being processed in something that
right.
also processes nuts or whatever.
Always a little bit of a risk for me, but, I risk it for the nut.
Also, like, I'm now realizing how ignorant my statement about donuts not being vegan is because, like, of course they would have eggs in it, but for some reason I forgot that vegans don't eat eggs.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because vegetarians eat eggs
Yeah,
usually, so
that's, like, a big difference between vegans and vegetarians. I totally forgot about that.
mhm. And, like, milk. Honey would be a hard one for me to give up. I
I
love honey.
I also like just with like tea, just like a
Mhm.
little bit goes a long way and it tastes so different from sugar. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but
It
it's like,
has a flavor. Like, sugar is
yeah.
literally just sweetness, like, embodied, like, but honey, it's like, and different types of honey taste different, like, it depends on the pollen that the bee was, eating. Do they eat the pollen, right?
I don't know. I just know there's a queen.
It's not. I know there's a queen, I know she's the biggest one.
They
Oh,
all work for her.
yes, I went down this, like, weird mini YouTube rabbit hole, like, last week about beekeeping, and I was like, "Wow, do I wanna be a beekeeper?" Like, add it to the list of, like, all the things I wanna do in my life that I, like, need to take things off that list. Like, I can't do it all.
I physically cannot be a beekeeper because I am like deathly allergic to bees.
That's so scary.
Yeah. And
I've
no
only been stung once, but I didn't know if I was or not, and then I wasn't, so that was good. Because I have a lot of allergies.
you needed a break, man. God was like, you know what? I'm gonna give her this one.
Bees, sting her all you want.
She can't eat walnut. She can't eat. Are you allergic to coconut?
Technically all nuts, but they're kind of in varying degrees. So, like, almonds don't really bother me at all, and so I eat those a lot. Cashews bother me a little, but they're so good, so I eat
Mm.
those. Walnuts and pecans are the worst. Coconut is a little bit bad, but I've been kind of dabbling with, like, coconut oil and coconut milk that's, like, cooked. Because I think it's mostly when it's raw. Because it's not, like, as broken down when it's raw.
That's
So,
so
because
interesting.
it's my
Just like,
body doesn't know how to process it, or I don't. Allergies are so freaking weird. Literally, allergies are like your body thinks what you're eating is attacking you. And it's like, it's not. You're overreacting. That's literally what it is. Allergies isn't actually the thing hurting your body. It's your body being stupid and being like, that's poison, and then like trying to get it out of you.
So, like, why is it you would think it would be like a situation of like it would be hereditary, right? You would think it would be like
I
you
think
were
it
passed on.
is.
Like, is your mom are your mom and dad allergic to stuff?
My dad is, and then my nana even more so, and I think her mom like too. Like my
Mm.
great grandma couldn't eat, I think, pitted fruit or some kind of fruit. Like she was really badly allergic to. So it's like I guess it varies in like what the actual allergy is, but maybe like the like like likeness to have an allergy is increased. I have no idea.
I wonder if it's a situation of like way, way back in your line of genealogy, if like your ancestor was not introduced to a certain kind of food because it wasn't
Yes.
necessary for survival. That's probably
Yes.
how it happened, right?
But I mean that makes sense. That's like how evolution works. Yeah.
Look at
It's
us
wild.
having
Talk
a
about
science.
genealogy at 9:20 a.m. on a Saturday. Like, are we freaking scholars?
We're professors.
We're professors right now.
Let's get a
Please,
job at the JC and teach all we know.
not right now. You can tell the listeners how teaching is going right now as a teacher during this pandemic.
Oh, it's a nightmare. It's not great. I mean, everyone's doing the best that we can given the circumstances, but obviously it's not safe to open schools in person. So I'm glad we're doing virtual learning,
Mhm.
but like there's still a lot of pressure from
Yeah.
districts, from the state to like to have like these high achieving standards which we should have, but it's hard to like balance, okay, what's realistic for these kids
Yeah, like I think 50% is should like I think this year really, and of course this depends on like each group of children, because maybe high schoolers are more capable of working independently, but like little kids, like you have to like they need to allow you guys to have like a curve or, something where it's just there's going to be a huge deficit in what the capability of the children is to learn and then what they learn.
totally. And like you said it the best for older kids. I mean, I teach high school and it's still really hard. More not that the workload is hard, it's mentally hard for them. It's
Right.
mentally exhausting for them to be by themselves in their
Mhm.
rooms sitting on their computers for 8 hours. It's a mentally very taxing for them, and a lot of
Yeah.
them have like expressed that they're not doing well mentally.
Mhm.
But for younger kids, they're not super aware of like how they're doing mentally. They just know they're like, I'm bored, I want to like get all this energy out. I want to play with my
Yeah.
friends. So like I am so glad this year that I took a high school job. I took this
Yeah.
job before COVID hit. So like
Yeah.
in retrospect, like so glad I took a high school job
Could
because
you imagine if you were with little
no,
kids?
I can't. And like
Oh my god.
at least teenagers can communicate with you. I am
Right.
feeling this. But young kids, they don't know what they're feeling. They're just
Mhm.
not happy. And
Yeah.
it makes it so much harder.
And I think, to kind of yeah, for more of the teenagers too, like so much about high school is the social aspect and it's like hyped up so much, like whether it's just in our culture and in media, like there are so many shows about high school students and like that high school experience, whether it's like true to what really happens or not, it's like there is so much life to be lived in those short 4 years. And it's like the kids right now that are in high school and even junior high and elementary, like elementary school, like childhoods and like playtime is so important for our minds, like growing up into adulthood and like until you die. Like, I mean, okay, we need to like definitely switch to Oreos after this, like, but not to get dark, but like when you know, elderly people start like losing concepts of who they are, the things they remember are like childhood things a lot of the time. Like those memories are so important for like whether you realize or not, but like subconscious hope in your life. Like,
Oh,
we depend on those core memories, you know?
well, and, like, as a young person in school, like, yes, the academics is very important, but, like,
Mhm.
I think the thing that you learn the most in school, which is why a lot of people choose to go to school versus, you know, because there are options to do online school. Like, you don't
Right.
have to send your kids to school, you can homeschool them, but why so many people choose to send their kids to school is because you learn social interaction, and
Mhm.
so these young kids that are sitting, second graders, kindergartners, whatever, sitting and
Yep.
staring at their computer screens, they're like not learning these super, super important skills that they will literally use for the rest of their lives. And yes, it's
Yes.
just a year, and I'm not advocating for schools to be open. I don't think it's safe. I
Mhm.
don't think the funding is there right now. I mean,
Agree,
it's a
agree.
nightmare. Like, I can't even look at the news regarding schools right now because it is so terrifying. Like, some teachers are in classrooms with 30 kids.
Jeez.
Desks are not spaced out. Like,
Yeah.
they're terrified, but, like, they don't wanna quit because they need money, you know? So,
Yeah,
like, it's a very real, very hard situation, and I don't think any solution is great. I really don't.
I
I think
agree.
it's just we gotta wait it out, and
Yeah.
hopefully we get a vaccine and kids can safely interact, and
Mhm.
yeah, but not to be dark, but
I
we knew
know.
we knew it was gonna get brought up.
But it's like, I mean, that is, that's our current situation. And do you know what? Whether it's healthy to do this or not, we can use snacks to like help us cope. Like, even if it's just like, a little burst of like the brain signals in your brain are like, ooh, this tastes good. I feel happy. Like
Yeah.
food can be there, you know, in healthy amounts.
I mean,
But have Oreos been there for you right now? I mean, I see that you do have a whole roll, like, it's not like you bought, like, a little snack pack just for this podcast, so I don't have to feel too guilty that I, like, got you to buy this.
so, like, we found this, this giant stash of Oreos that was just, like, stashed away in the garage.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, "Max, look what I found." It was like as if we were pirates on, like, a treasure hunt, and we, like, found it. Like, I didn't even know I was looking for it, and then it was
Oh my
there, and I was like, "Oh my god, we found it. Like, this is what I've been searching for." So, like, I didn't even choose to find these Oreos. I didn't actively go to the store to buy Oreos, I found them.
the
Like,
universe brought them to
the
you.
universe I was having a rough week at school, and I came
Wait,
home and I was
when did you find it?
like last week, and I mean, this
No
was like a
way.
big Costco box, like 12 of these rolls, okay?
Wow.
This is roll 2. We've gone through 1 whole roll. We've been, like, really pacing it out because I was like, "If I
Yeah.
could eat a whole roll in one day," which I could, I will, I will have to get, like, some kind of stomach surgery because my stomach cannot handle any food. So,
Okay,
like,
also, like, yeah, probably the amount of chemicals that are in it is not safe for consumption for a
oh,
whole roll.
for sure, like, I would probably just, like, fall over and die if I ate a whole roll or want to, but just, like, one at a time, man, they're just, like, so killer, like,
Mhm.
oh, Oreos are so good.
So, I don't eat them that often. They are, like, one of my f it's probably yeah, like, my favorite store-bought cookie is an Oreo, but we always have them in my house because my parents love them, specifically my dad, so we always have, like, a family size thing of Oreos. This pack, I just looked in it for the first time today, it's, like, a third left. So these Oreos are the first 2 that I've grabbed from that pack, but yeah, like, it's such a good just, like, if you have 1 or 2 after dinner, it's just, like it has the crunch, it has the cream, it has the chocolate and vanilla, like, it's got it all, and it's, like, so portable, like, you could just, like, grab one and then go sit on the couch and watch TV, like, they're not too crummy, like, they are pretty ideal.
I also like that they're a little bit like, they're too big to be 1 bite, so, like, I space
Yeah,
them out into, like,
totally.
4 bites,
Uh-huh.
little quarters, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, because I don't like those mini cookie packs, ugh, god, but, like, there's something more satisfying about getting to take, like, 4 bites out of 1 cookie
Yeah.
and making it, like, 1 bite, you know? I don't like 1 bite cookies. I'm just
Yeah.
like, "What's the point?" Like,
Mhm.
I just should drink the cookie at that point, like
Drink cookie.
like, "Just give me a milkshake. Why are we
Ooh,
trying?"
but an Oreo milkshake?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck me up.
I know.
Or see, and Oreos with stuff is so good too. Like it is like Oreo ice cream is like maybe like the most perfect ice cream flavor there is.
So good.
Stay up to date with new Snacktime episodes, merch, and more on Instagram at SnackTimePod. That's SnackTimepod. See you there.
So good. Also, like, I follow a bunch of, like, those hyper speed cooking videos, like Tasty and all that
Yeah.
stuff on because whenever I'm bored, I just watch them. I don't make any of it, but I just watch it. And there's always, like, these super I'm not even gonna call them decadent, I'm gonna call them,
Mhm.
like, trash desserts that are, like, just, like, layer of brownies, done. Layer of Oreos, done. On
Oh my
top of that, a
god.
layer of cookie dough, yeah. Sprinkle some hot chocolate sauce on the top, then some like, not breadcrumbs, like graham
Graham
cracker
cracker.
crumbs. Yeah, like, put it in the oven for, like, 3 hours and, like, you got this
3
I don't
hours.
know. I don't know how to bake. I don't know. So, like, but, like, I would never make that because, again, I would probably die, but, like, I love watching people cook with Oreos,
Yeah.
you know? Satisfying, man.
I did one time make chocolate chip cookies with blue Oreos inside. Like, it was when the cream filling
Oh,
was blue. It must have been promoting something.
Cookie
I don't
Monster,
was it? I mean, that
probably.
that would make sense. I did call them Cookie Monster cookies, but, oh, they were really good, and they looked really pretty because the, like, middle was, like, blue goo, basically.
Ooh, like, you break them open and it's just like,
Mhm.
oh, that sounds
That
so
was
good.
actually I was looking through my Instagram. I was like years back just being like, "Wow, like look at life when we could like go outside and do things in large groups of people."
R.I.P., man.
RIP. Um and I saw the post that I did of those cookies. So that's why I like remembered it so fast because I just was looking at them and being like, "Wow, those were good."
That sounds good. I think I did that once with Melissa. I think I went to her house and we
That seems like a very Melissa thing. Like, Melissa is always about, like, the latest food trends, like, she's always, like, just the coolest friend for, like, trendy food and stuff.
just like anything trendy, I feel like she knows about. Whether she,
So
like, practices it or not,
yeah.
she knows. She knows, like,
Yeah.
what's up, you know?
Yeah, she's very, like, she's seriously and hi, Missa, because I know that you are listening because you are a devoted snack time listener. She even bought some of the merch, which was, like, so cute. She bought some
Oh,
stickers.
okay, I gotta buy some stuff.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
have to, this was not supposed to be
No,
pressuring.
I want to.
I know that Melissa's listening, so hi, Melissa. And, oh my god, what were we even saying? Oh,
Trendy. She's the trendsetter.
yeah, she should be a freaking influencer
Oh, yeah,
because, like,
1000%.
she influences me. I mean, you guys all influence me. If you guys are like, "Watch this," I'm usually like, "Okay." Oh my god, which, by the way, I started watching that frickin' what show were you guys talking about most recently? The real estate people.
Oh, I can't. Selling Sunset? Oh, I started it and
I
I told
started
Max, I was like, I can't do it." It's just like,
I watched
ugh,
4 episodes in a row, I couldn't stop. I was like, "I hate that I'm, like, so drawn in." It, like, literally sucked me in. I was like, "I would never wanna be in the presence of any of these people," but, like, I
no.
can't stop watching.
I mean, the houses are cool, like, I
The
did
houses I do like that they actually show the
yeah,
houses.
I like that too, but, like, those girls, I was just like, "Oh my god." That,
They're
like,
wild.
they're just, like they're just trash. They're rich, trash. Like, I can't.
Couldn't stop watching. I was like, "Dang it." Like, I'm hooked.
I mean, maybe I gotta give it another go because, like, everyone seems to be on that train right now, but we've been watching Community. That's kinda and The Office because Max has
Fun,
never seen
yes.
it. So,
Oh
like
my god. Is
I
it
know.
so fun to see him, like, react to things for the first time that you're like, "Oh, that was, like, 10 years ago, like, that's a meme on the internet," kinda thing?
Yes, so, like, Max, like, when we first started dating, he had seen, like, maybe 3 episodes in their entirety, so, like, he said
Wow.
he had seen The Office, which I found out was a big fucking lie.
Especially if you watch, like, the beginning of the first season was, like, so different from, like,
Yeah,
everything else.
and not that good. Like, objectively, the first season of The Office has some good moments, but it's a little dull because you don't know the characters yet, you're not
Yeah.
invested yet, like
Well, yeah, they definitely, like, shifted the show. I think they really had to tailor it for, like, American audiences,
yeah.
you know?
Um, and they, like, give you I think what makes The Office so rewarding is, like, because the first season, Max and I were watching it, and I could feel him like, "Yeah, I'm liking it," but, like,
Mhm.
he was like, "It still just reminds me of when I worked in an office, and it gives me PTSD." So, like so, he wasn't super invested in the first season, but now we're on season 3, and spoiler alert, this is where, like, Jim is dating what's her face, and, like, Pam. I'm not
Pam.
gonna give spoilers.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you all have seen The Office by now, I don't care. So, like, Jim is dating what Karen, of course her name is
Oh,
Karen.
Karen.
And then, like, Pam is broken up with Roy, so she's, like, seeing
Mhm.
Jim with Karen, and it's awful. And, like, now Max is, like, super invested, and he comes
Yeah.
home, and we're like, let's just watch The Office." Like, we love it. But, like, it is one of those shows where it gets more rewarding as it goes on because
Oh,
you get to know
yeah.
the characters and
Mhm.
everything. So, yeah.
And they do so many, like, little callbacks. I freaking it's so good. It's so
Oh,
good. Wait,
it
has
is
he
so
watched
good.
Parks and Rec? Because that should be next. He
He's seen
has?
all I've only seen the first 2 Parks and Rec, so we're
Oh, Jul
kinda new.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes. Oh my god. The
yeah.
last season of Parks and Rec is so cool how they did it. I was like, "What is happening?" It's cool.
I can't wait. I like the characters a lot in Parks and Rec. I think they're
Ugh,
really it's like The
yeah,
Office, they're just, like, really well developed characters, you know?
right? But then
Yeah.
on Parks and Rec, I feel like they're just a little bit more lovable,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
Michael Scott, sometimes you're like, "I wanna love you, but you suck."
Right? It's, like, hard it's like you love him unconditionally, but sometimes you're like, "Please, just stop," you know?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But with Parks and Rec, like, there are characters that you're like John have you seen any episodes with, like, John Ralphio?
I don't
Um, he's
wait,
Tom Haverford's friend,
I
and
don't
then the
think
sister is played by Jenny Slate. Okay, those
I don't
characters, they're crazy, and you're like, "You're horrible people," but they're freaking hilarious.
think
But, like, the rest of the cast, basically, you're like, "Oh, I love you. I just wanna give you a hug."
Oh, my favorite is Aubrey Plaza's character.
Oh, yes.
She's
She's so
so good.
funny. I just love Aubrey Plaza in general.
She is
She seems so
so
cool.
cool, and, like, her character is literally like every kid I teach. Like, whatever.
Have they seen Parks and Rec? Because you should, like, be like, "You are" what is her character's name?
April?
April, yes, yes, yes. I
Yeah.
think you just said that, and I, like, already forgot.
Yeah, I don't think I actually said it because I
Oh,
was,
you
like,
didn't?
trying to remember it as we were talking, and then the second you asked me what the character's name was, I was like, April, that's what it
Wow.
is.
Instant
So,
memory.
instant, this brain always working.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
dude.
Okay, but Oreos, okay,
Yes,
like,
okay, so we need to talk about
when
Oreos.
did you
That's what we're here to do, we're here
Wait,
to talk about
I
Oreos.
really do wanna know though, like, was baby Julie just like, were they your go-to even then, or, like, have you realized their glory in more recent years?
So my mom has always been a big fan of sweets, but she's never been a big fan of, like, trash sweets, I'll call them.
Yeah.
Like sugary cereals, like, processed stuff. Like, she's always
Right.
like, "Let's go get a really nice piece of, like, chocolate and just really enjoy it." She's always been like that kind
Mhm.
of mom. So, like, we didn't really have Oreos around growing up, and so
Okay.
I don't really remember it was like I was older when I first had an Oreo. I was like 8 or 9 or 10 around there.
Wow, uh-huh.
I did not grow up with them, and I remember being like, "Oh my god, I know this is so bad for me, but it is so good." Like, Oh my god, but before I forget, a memory just popped in my head about Oreos
Uh-huh.
after I was talking about my mom. So, we used to go camping every summer, like,
Mhm.
this camp up in Sequoia, like, around Sequoia National Park up in, like, the Sierra Nevadas,
Mhm.
and, we that was the one time of year my mom would just, like, take us to Costco and be like, "Get all the trash you want." So we would just get, like, Cheez-Its,
You
those,
need
like
preservatives when you're camping.
yes, you do, because you need all that energy when you're up there in high altitudes. We get those, like, Kudos bars, remember those? That were, like
Oh my god, are those still a thing? Those were literally candy bars.
those were so good.
They were literally candy bars, like, you cannot tell me those were, like what did they, like, say they were
Granola bars, that's what they
bars?
were
They weren't
as,
granola. No.
with, like, Reese's Pieces in them and, like, chocolate on the
Literally
top.
slathered in chocolate and then had candy on like, the little,
Uh-huh.
like, mini M&Ms were, like, the ones that I always ended up having,
Oh,
I
yeah, and the granola itself was, like, stuck together with, like, pure simple syrup, just all sugar. So we used to get that stuff. This was the time of year that, like, we would get just, like, any kinda trash snack you can think of. It was the time to
Mhm.
just be like, "Mom, we're getting it. Put it in the bag." So, like, we would get Oreos, and we, like, never had Oreos around the house, so when we go camping, it was, like, this big thing to have
Oh
Oreos.
my god.
So at camp, there was this rule about food. Everyone would like bring their own snack food. We'd have meals in the cafeteria, which is a whole different story about the cafeteria meals that like literally sent the parents like almost into like camp strike one year because the food was so bad. But
No way.
but there was this section of the cafeteria. You were not allowed to keep food in your cabin or in your car because there were bears
Mm.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So, like, and bears love some food, right? Um,
Who
so
doesn't, you know?
seriously. So for some reason they thought the bears won't get into the cafeteria, so we'll keep all everybody's food in the cafeteria. So like everyone would have their little cooler and their little box of like snack food, and it would just be all in this back area of the cafeteria. And if you wanted a snack,
Uh-huh.
you could like go to your parents' cooler and like get a snack or whatever. So um I remember one year. Which, by the way, like, if we're worried about bears getting into cars and getting into cabins, why wouldn't they be able to get into the cafeteria?
Yeah,
Like,
that's confusing to me.
is there some, like, crazy bear wire or something? Like, maybe they had more extreme safety measures in the cafeteria, but
If it can get into a cabin, though, it can get into a cafeteria.
yeah, and the cafeteria had, like, huge big windows and, like, it looked out onto this balcony that was, like, a bear could totally get onto that balcony, break into the window, and, like, get in. So and that being said, that is exactly what happened.
Oh my god.
So, like, night 1 of camp, we all go to bed, we wake up the next morning, we go to the cafeteria, and I'm not kidding, a lot of food was taken, but every single Oreo was gone
No way.
from,
Oreo
like,
approved
everyone's
by bears.
like, a lot of snacks were taken that night, but not one Oreo was left.
Wait, okay, so it broke into a window. Was there, like, bear blood everywhere? Like, how is this bear doing after breaking into a window? You know, like, was it worth it, bear? Was it worth it for
You
the
know,
Oreos? I guess it was a Costco-sized pack of Oreos, so
oh, but this wasn't even just our Oreos, Michelle.
everyone wait,
Everyone's
wait,
Oreos.
multiple families had Oreos and they all got stolen.
Oh, of course, everyone brought Oreos to camp. It was the time to get Oreos, and not one
No
was
way. That
yes
is
way.
so crazy. I mean, bears I guess they eat berries, so, like, you'd think, like, they do prefer sweet things probably, so, like, I guess Oreos is as sweet as you can get, baby.
I guess. I mean, I think bears are kind of like they're like scavengers in a way. Like they'll just kind of
Mhm.
take what I mean. we had to have bare trash cans because they would just rifle through the trash. Like, if you left a crayon in your car and it smelled good, they would eat the crayon. Like, people
Honestly, relatable. Bears are like the new thing for me, I think.
there would be people that would accidentally leave a used wrapper in their car with, like, just, like, a crumb of, like, something on it, and a bear would just, like, smash the window
What?
and get in there and get
The
that.
crumb!
Yes! You
Literal
had to
crumbs!
literal crumbs. They're like, "I don't know what this metal thing is, but there's something sweet in there and I want it." And they would just, like, break. So when my family, whenever we got to camp, we would, like, practically vacuum the car to make
That
sure there were
is
no crumbs
so
in it.
crazy.
Bears love Oreos. If you learned one thing from this podcast,
If you're
bears
trying to catch a bear, put a box of Costco Oreos or a Costco box of Oreos out in the middle of a field and the bear will come.
I also have to tell you, like, just the volume of Oreos that must have been consumed by this bear, because there must have been at least, like, 30 families at camp.
What?
Yeah, and so this snack area was, like, huge. Every family had, like, a cooler and a
Oh,
snack box. So, like, if you figure at least 20 of those families brought Oreos.
is that bear okay? That bear died that night. Come on, that Oreo, like, I mean, we were just saying, like, Oreos are so good, but, like, they are just, like, there's no way that they're good for you, like, in any way, shape, or form. Like, a wild animal that, like, isn't used to as much processed food as we are, like, that is it's poor intestinal tract.
I have a feeling that this particular bear, like,
Did it have a family? Like,
maybe he brought his family, you know?
yeah.
Maybe it was like a family, like a Thanksgiving for bears. He was like, "Oh, I saw it.
Camp
We're
is
going
in
back
session!
tonight." I have a feeling that a lot of these bears that hang out around camp, because it's funny how a lot of animals tend to not wanna be around people, so they kind
Yeah,
of avoid those areas, but for some reason at
the
camp,
bears are so smart.
the bears were just like at night, I mean, I saw at least 1 bear a year at camp, and we
That's
were only there
so
for, like, a week.
crazy.
So I think these bears were, like, I think they ate a lot of human food. I think they
They
knew where
just
to, like, get
knew,
it.
yeah. So the bear's probably fine after eating all those Oreos.
Yeah, he's like,
Just
"This is not my first rodeo." Oh, please.
This is not my first rodeo.
Ew.
Wait, I wanna know, I thought of this question earlier. What were the other snacks that I ate? Because I need to know, like, what are Bear's favorite snacks? Like, number 1 is Oreos. Like, do you remember, like, 1 or 2 more that everyone was like, "They're gone."
I mean, it just looked like an explosion had happened in the snack
Oh,
area.
no.
And I mean, a lot of stuff. I mean, they ate Cheez-Its, they ate our Caduce bars, ate they ate chips, they ate, like,
Wait, did you did you say could do?
what are they called? Kudos!
I was like, "Wait, what are Caduce?" And I was like,
Oh my god.
I'm literally there's tears in my eyes. Caduce, I'm gonna start calling them Caduce.
I mean, do they even exist anymore?
I don't
Let's
know.
Google it.
Wait, yes.
Can I
And
buy Caduce bars?
can you buy it and rename it Caduce?
Kudos bars.
Kudos. They're
Here we
still a
go.
thing.
Kudos bars is a milk chocolate granola cereal bar. Okay.
Okay, but it's produced by Mars, which is a candy company, so it's candy.
I mean, listen to the flavors. We've got nutty fudge, chocolate chip, and peanut butter. The real reason Kudos bars disappeared.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, it was published in on June 20th, 2020. People this year need to do you know what? Because it's like freaking everyone's trapped inside and they're like, I need something to comfort me. Are Cadoo bars still a thing?
I like that you're still calling them Kudos bars.
Oh, they're Cadoos now. They're no Kudos? I don't know her. It's Cadoos now.
Also, like, kudos, doesn't that mean, like, "Hey, kudos for doing that?" Like,
Yeah,
first of
I
all,
think that's
they're
I think that's the idea. It's like, "Oh, kudos, like, here's this fucking candy bar masquerading as a granola bar."
and bitch, we figured it out, and that's why you went under, so you get to be kudos now.
Eat it in the middle of your soccer game. A chocolate bar.
What a big joke those, like, post-soccer snack, like, moments
Okay,
are.
sliced oranges are prime, though.
Those
Those
are
are the
fine,
best.
but, like, nothing says, like, I'm just, like, sweated my butt off, the other kids getting that ball in the goal, like, and now I'm just gonna celebrate by having, like, some, like, Gatorade and some, like, snooze bars, just get my sugar back up. Like, their poor parents are probably like, "Yes, all the energy is gone for the rest of the day,
Right?
go home and sleep," and then nah,
Sugar,
here's some Caduce bars, some Gatorade, get you hyped right back up, get you
right?
back on the field.
And then have a sugar crash, which is even worse than just, like, a regular, like, I don't know, after workout crash. When it comes to snacking, are you salty or sweet? Pick a side and show your pride with Snacktime merch. We've got stickers, we've got mugs, we've even got bucket hats. All available at Shop Marno on Etsy. That's ShopMarno on Etsy. Now, back to snack time.
Is it, like, wrong to, like, give your child sugar so that they have a sugar crash? Is that, like, drugging your child? Are we talking about,
If they're gonna eat sugar, like, it's gonna happen. So it's like, if you just wanna give your kid sugar, a sugar crash is going to happen. But, like, I'd rather have them fall asleep or be tired without the sugar insanity because okay, like, really though, I didn't know this until I had firsthand experience, like, because I had experience with kids before being a nanny, but it was, like, only during school hours, so it's like, "Okay, bye, never like, whatever
like
happens after school, like, it's not my problem, you ate, like, 5 M&Ms, like, as the bell rang, whatever." But, like, bedtime, it's literally, like, a child cannot have sugar, like, I don't know, I would say at least 4 hours before you want them to sleep. Like, there needs to be a 4-hour window between their last bite of whatever sugary thing it is and when their head needs to hit the pillow. It
It would
needs to be out of the system, and then you need to, like, have dinner, which then will make them more tired and full, and then, like, good night.
That's interesting. Like, I feel like I've also only been in, like, a school situation where I'm like, "Ah, your parents can deal with you," but, like, that
Yes!
is that is, like, so they actually get, like, a high.
It's a fucking drug for them.
It's a drug! Someone
It's
is
a drug.
drugging our children!
I mean, the biggest drug is, I think, coffee.
Oh, yeah, I drug myself every morning.
Like, I go on and off coffee, and that's how I refer it. It's like I'm on and off like a drug, like, a few times a year, and it's like when I'm on, if I don't have a cup, I will get a blinding headache.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Like,
same.
dizzy, like, almost migraine territory, and so it's like, all of the times that I've, like, quit coffee, it's because I'm like, "I'm too dependent, I just had a really bad headache because 'cause I'm like it's Saturday, and I was like, "I don't need coffee today," and then it, like, fucking happens, and I'm, like, dead all day because I have this stupid caffeine headache. So then I have to, like, wean myself off again, because it is and luckily right now, like, obviously, I'm, like, unemployed and at my parents' house, so it's like, I don't need to be up in the morning and, like, alert. So it's like, I can take my time to wake up, I don't, like, need the caffeine. And so I'll just have it, like, as a little, like, treat sometimes, but, oh boy, when you're
You
hooked, you're fucking hooked.
oh, like, as you were, like, talking about how you have gone on and off coffee, I don't think I've had a day. I'm not kidding. I don't think I've had a morning that didn't start with coffee since I worked at Starbucks when I was 19, which was
Almost 10 years ago.
yeah. Okay, let's be a little generous, like 8 years ago.
Okay, yeah, But 8 years?
8 years ago. I don't think I've like, I'm thinking about, like, mornings where there was a lot going on, like, if I was traveling internationally or if I was, like I don't think I've started a day without coffee since I worked at Starbucks at 19 years old. Like, I'm
They fucking got you. They got you hooked. You worked at Starbucks and they put a fucking IV into your arm and into your brain, feeding you that good, and now you can't quit.
I but it's not even like I don't know what I would be like without caffeine because
Because you haven't experienced it.
I haven't experienced it since I was
How many
19.
cups do you have? So has your like have you become more immune to it over time? Like have you had to increase how much you drink every day or
No.
so that's at least good. You're not having like
Yeah.
5 cups. Do you drink it black or do you like to add a little sweet since you are a little sweet gal?
Okay, so, I when I first started drinking coffee, I would drink, like
Frappuccino, mocha.
no, okay, the thing that, like
I know you hate
oh
frappuccino.
my when you work at Starbucks, the one thing you learn is that frappuccinos are trash. They are for trash people. I'm sorry if I'm offending you, but it's the truth. People come in. Okay, my first week at Starbucks was Frappy Hour, which is where you can come in and get like a $2.
Oh yeah, I remember frappy
So I saw the worst of Brea just like lining up to get their fucking frappuccinos and like double caramel, double chocolate, like extra whipped cream, all kinds of crap you can't even like imagine. And just like 4 pumps of this syrup, 4 pumps of this syrup. Like, I'm not kidding.
That's okay, so, like, a regular frappuccino, it's like, okay, that's, like, a very, very, very limited dessert in my like, for me, like, I don't
Yeah.
even know the last time I had one, but adding all that extra stuff,
Okay, but
that's so bad, like, you're gonna have, like, a health immediate health issue.
oh,
You're gonna shit yourself and, like, I don't even know, like, have like, what does sugar do to your heart? Like, and
the okay.
it
So
has caffeine in it, right?
yeah. I mean, it has like a coffee syrup.
Does that have caffeine in it?
Yeah, and it also has sugar in it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the
It's
sugar
like
is yeah, a given.
so then in addition to like this coffee syrup that you put in a frappuccino, there's like a certain amount of pumps per size. A venti frappuccino gets like 6 pumps of your flavor, if I remember correctly. It might be 5, but yeah. So like
That's a lot.
it's a lot of sugar. Oh my god, there was this is not a frappuccino story. This is like a girl's everyday drink story. She used to come in.
No.
She was like super tiny, like maybe 4'11", maybe 90 pounds. Like she was a tiny
Oh my
girl,
gosh.
but like huge knockers. That's all I remember about her. And she wore these big glasses.
Oh
And
my
I'm sorry if saying knockers is offensive, but I
god.
really don't know how else to describe them.
I
Um,
love the term knockers. I feel like we don't use that term enough.
they're knockers. They're sexy. Like she was
Yeah.
a sexy girl. I mean, she was like you can
Okay,
tell.
but let's hear this Starbucks order.
Okay, sorry.
I'm
I'm like,
scared. I'm
okay,
scared. I'm scared.
okay. So
Don't make me stand this cute girl with big boobs and then tell me that she has an insane Starbucks.
oh, just you wait. So
I'm
she used to get a venti iced white mocha with skim milk and no whipped cream. And a white like the white mocha syrup is so thick that like if I remember correctly, I might be messing this up. Someone who's like listening to this and like works at Starbucks is like, you're getting it all wrong. But I think in a white mocha, you do like 1 pump less, maybe. So like in a venti, it would normally be 5. This bitch would order iced white mocha with skim milk, no whipped cream, because calories, and 10 pumps of white mocha. 10 pumps of white mocha.
Is she okay?
No. I mean,
She would get that every day?
every day. Like that was her order.
10 pumps?
She's
What
probably
is
listening to
that,
this.
like a quarter cup of white mocha?
Just about. Maybe more, honestly.
Like a third cup of just white mocha, literal high fructose corn syrup.
And it is so thick that like pumping it down is like Like, it
So
just
you're like, okay, my daily workout. I've got this girl's order right here. I got to work my right arm today. Like,
literally. And she would want me to like draw the shots on top of the white mocha and swirl it before adding the milk so that it would like infuse together. People are particular. That is what you learn when you work at Starbucks. But
wow.
yeah.
Did you guys ever have like an Oreo frappuccino? Because earlier we were talking about Oreo milkshakes, and it's like honestly, a frappuccino is basically a milkshake when you like think about it.
I think when I worked there, we had like a cookie dream extreme, no, cookie explosion or something like with cookies. And it was
Explosion.
like, I think I remember it. Um, yeah, so like there was some kind of a cookie thing, and I think it was vaguely based off of an Oreo, but I
Yeah.
don't know if they do it anymore.
Ooh, okay. What are your opinions on like Oreo, like chocolate cookie sandwich cookies that aren't Oreo?
Like
Like
Jozo's.
JoJo's and like, all the other brands that do it.
Um, like they're fine.
Hmm.
Like the real deal, no.
I know. For me, it's kind of like it's Oreos or nothing. Like if I'm at
Yeah.
Trader Joe's, then I'm not gonna get like if I want Oreos, I want Oreos, like that specific flavor. So it's like I'll get something else.
And I feel like when it comes to like being indulgent, like we can all agree that eating an Oreo is an indulgent experience. You don't need it for your health. It serves one purpose, and that's
Your mental health,
yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
sure. But it's for your enjoyment. So like
Yeah.
why it's like when people buy like healthy ice cream, I'm like, that's a choice. It's fine. I'm sure it's a great
If you eat
substitute.
a
If like
lot of ice
if you
cream,
eat a lot,
then
go
yeah.
for it. But like why not just get I mean, I guess this works if like you can just have a little bit of something and
Hmm.
be satisfied. Like I would just rather get like a Ben and Jerry's and call it a day. But
Yeah.
that's like a personal preference thing. Like if I'm going to be indulgent, I'm going to get so much more satisfaction and it's going to like hold me over
Totally.
if I eat like half pint of like Halo Top, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it was good, but like, would I have rather just like few
You're
bites of Ben and
still
Jerry's?
gonna
Yeah,
want Ben and
I'm
Jerry's.
still gonna want Ben and Jerry's.
Mhm. Like I'm really not a big sweets person. My mom loves ice cream, so she always has like her flavors, but usually she gets like either mango or ube, which is that like purple yam, and we get it from like the Asian store, so it's like it's
Ooh,
so good and you really can't get it like at a ice cream shop. So it's like you have to buy it from the store. So it's like sometimes I'll have that, but I would rather go and get like a fresh scoop of ice cream than have like a pint in the freezer because it will take me so long to eat it that like half of it gets freezer burned because I really will not eat
yeah,
it often enough for it to not go bad. So it's like I feel like yeah, I totally agree. I'd rather have something really, really good because I will just have it in a small amount and then like I'm good for a little while until I'm like, ooh, like let's go get that again.
yeah.
Um yeah, I mean, yeah, I really will just not even finish it if I get, like, a pint or whatever.
See, I will have like a pint in the freezer and I'll know it's there. And I'm like you, I would much rather go get it and have it. Like I would rather. I love creamistry
Mhm, cream and
and ugh,
even Baskin Robbins,
even Baskin Robbins.
it's just, like, the act of getting it too, it's like a whole like, ice cream's so cute.
On the little cone.
In a little cone, and, like, when you scoop it, it's a little, like, ball, and, like, all the colors are so cute too, like, strawberry ice cream is one of my favorites, and honestly, like, I'd say maybe 25% of like why I like strawberry ice cream so much is just it's just so cute and
It
pink.
is so cute. It's like, what's that other I think mint ice cream is really cute.
Yes. Ugh.
Um,
And then of course Oreo ice cream is just like so fucking good.
have you ever seen mint ice cream that's like not green?
I think I was watching a YouTube video and it was like natural flavored, so it was like just white.
Oh, how disappointing,
Because it
you
was
know?
just, like the essential oil, so it doesn't turn the actual cream green.
I like want that dye, man.
Yeah, sometimes it just makes it more fun.
Yeah, like half of the ice cream experience, like you said, is the aesthetic of ice
Mhm.
cream. Max loves mint ice cream, but like he hates it when it's not green. And I like he can't do it. It's like in his brain, it's like, nope, that's
Yeah,
not mint. It's just not mint. It doesn't look
it's
like mint.
not
It's just
mhm,
not mint. And
I
I'm with
agree.
him. Like if chocolate wasn't brown, I'd be like, it's not chocolate.
Yeah, because how would that even be possible?
I don't think that actually would be possible. I
That's true,
actually
that's the natural way that chocolate occurs.
I actually have this thing about not I don't really like when foods are meant to look like something other than what they are. Like I know like mint is not well, mint is green. Like the leaf is
The
green. So I
leaf,
want it to
yeah.
look green. But
Yeah.
like, I hate like I don't enjoy when like a cake is meant to look like a sandwich. Like
Oh,
bothers me.
oh, I feel like we could do a whole episode. You need to come back and we need to talk about cake, but like specifically this whole phenomenon with like cake looking like things that it shouldn't look like a fucking raw chicken breast.
Like ew or like
So gross.
what did I see? Or like an anatomically correct heart. But
Yeah,
like,
you definitely need to. We need to have a full convo about this because we have to wrap it up. Julia is a very busy lady. It's almost the end of my time with her today. But before we go, I want to know: is there anything that you want to promote, Julie? Because you're a talented lady. People need to know. People need to.
Uh, sure. If you or anyone you know wants to learn piano or voice, I can even teach beginning guitar. I teach guitar right now, but specifically piano and voice. I am offering Zoom lessons right now, so
Woo.
you can find me on Instagram if you want, or you can, you know, my I don't know if my email is available anywhere, but you can email me or text me. I don't care. But yeah, I that's actually what I'm off to do today. Is I'm teaching in a little bit. But yeah, I've been teaching for a long time, and I really love teaching, especially voice and piano. Those are like my two
Hmm.
favorite things to teach. So let me know.
Julia is amazing. What is the Instagram account so they can hit you up if they're interested?
Oh, I don't even know. Let's look at what my name is. I'm like, my Instagram is so like just me. This is what I'm doing. Like
I
nothing.
love it. I love it. That's what we wanted to see.
It's Julia underscore Dwyer, Dwyer. And
Yay.
that is my Instagram. And I'm private, so you have to request it. But I
Yeah,
will
slide
request.
into those DMs, request to message if you're interested. Y'all, even if you're like a full grown adult and you just are bored because we're in a freaking pandemic, if you have, oh my God, there's like dust flying around my face right now. I'm like, where did it go?
Allergies.
If you have any interest in learning how to sing or play piano, hit Julie up. She's the best. So seriously, do it.
Oh, thanks, girl.
Well, thanks so much for being here, Julie. This was such a fun snack time. Obviously, you have to come back because we already were getting very heated about cakes that look like things they shouldn't be. So,
Oh yeah, we need to get into that. We need to dig in. I'll find some
dig.
pictures for reference.
Yes, we need to start that convo, build up this whole like next episode because there's a
Yeah.
lot to talk about.
I would like a section on those vagina cakes too.
Oh my God, yes. All right, Julie, thank you so much for joining me today on Snack Time.
Oh yeah, I loved it. It was so good to talk to you. I miss you.
I miss you too. Thank you, listeners, for listening, and I'll see you next time at Snack Time. Bye.
Bye.